talking. Pause my recording, so let's get back into the recording. So we'll start off with taking it into a couple of shoulder rotations. We're going to bring the elbows together and up on the inhalations, and as you exhale, taking them back, down, and around. So as you inhale, bringing your elbows together and up, and as you exhale, taking them back, down, and around. A couple of circles, moving in one direction, and then when you're ready, and taking the elbows back and up, moving them in the opposite direction. Meaning that you can move easily and smoothly to the rhythm of your breath. And release and soften the shoulders. Stretch the legs out, give them a good shake. And circling the feet for a moment, waking up in the hips, the ankles. Rotate them a few times the other way. And then from here, we're going to start off lying on our backs. One of my favorite positions to start in, just because your spine is always so nicely supported by the ground. So for those who need a soft pillow or a folded towel under their head, you can place one there. We'll start off with the knees nicely bent, making sure that you're comfortable. Make any adjustments to your props that you feel you need. And then from there, bringing the knees to your chest, lightly cup your hands over your knees, soften into your legs, and move into a few rounds of your Apanasana. So as you inhale, feel that you can straighten the arms comfortably. And as you exhale, allow the knees to be drawn towards the chest by your hands. So as you inhale, there's a light opening. And as you exhale, the knees come towards the chest. Lovely. And then from here, once the lower back has softened and eased, we'll bring the knees and the legs together. The arms come down alongside your body. Taking it into a candle sequence on the inhalation, extending your legs up towards the ceiling as your arms come behind you. And as you exhale, bend your knees to your chest and bring your arms back down. A nice, slow, comfortable movement. Inhale, feeling that you're able to open up into your chest and the back of the legs. Exhaling as you close the body, squeezing the air out. So as you inhale, there's a lightness in the arms and the shoulders. And as you exhale, feel that there's a sense of weight traveling back down into your spine, into the back of the body. Inhaling, opening, feeling the lightness. Exhaling, squeezing and releasing. Let's take it into a few more rounds here. Just see one more person is quickly wanting to join. I see that it's Rabia. Let's let her in. So do 2 more rounds dynamically. And then from there, you're going to hold your posture as you always do with me. So as you inhale, you're going to keep your legs up and your arms behind you. And then you can bring the arms back down alongside your body. Feel that your pelvis is nice and stable. Feel that you can feel the weight settling down. Feel that you can soften into your shoulders and your arms. Take the legs a little apart and circle into those feet again. If you find at any stage that this gets a bit much, then you bend your knees to your chest and you hold them there. You can always extend your legs up again when you need to. Or when you're ready, circle the legs the other way. And then bringing them a little closer together and paddling the feet. As you exhale, bend your knees to your chest. And you can either keep your knees hugged to the chest. If you feel you need to do a few rounds of your Apanasana, go ahead. If you prefer to stretch your legs out and just rest in Shavasana, after that candle sequence, go ahead. Give your breath and your body just a little while to readjust and feel comfortable. So you're going to stay lying on the ground. I'm just going to sit up so that you can see the movement a little better. We're going to be taking it into a twist in a moment. So make sure that you have your knees bent and the soles of the feet on the ground. The arms are going to come out to shoulder level. You're going to keep the elbows soft and the palms just turned up towards the ceiling. So in other words, if you guys are the ceiling ahead of me, my hands are turned up. So we've done this a lot before in all the classes, where you're going to be turning, for example, the right palm up and back and the left one down and under. Just move so you can see the hands. And then you're going to bring them back to neutral, and then you're going to change where one goes back and the other one goes under. So the inhalation will bring you to the center, and then the exhalation, you'll be changing the arms. And you're going to allow your head to move in the same direction as the palm that turns up. So you're going to be doing this lying down on your back. So obviously you can't really get your arms under the ground or moving as freely and easily as I am while I'm standing, but you'll get the idea. And once you've got the movement of the palms and the head moving in alternate directions, you can then start working with your knees as well. And for this sequence, you're going to allow your knees to move in the same direction as your head. So as you inhale, you come to the center, and as you exhale, the palm of one hand turns up as the other one turns down, and the knees move in the direction of the palm that's up. The inhalation brings you to the center, arms to the center, exhaling other way. And see if you can allow the movement from the arms to be initiated from the shoulders. So see if you can feel that sensation is working from your shoulder blades. It feels as if there's a little bit of space being created in the center of the shoulder blades, kind of poking right through towards your Anahata chakra, your heart center. And you keep moving comfortably, dynamically comfortably to the rhythm of your own breath. And like me, I'm moving quite fast, and that's probably because I'm still quite into my upper chest. But if you're able to breathe slowly and kind of into the width of your chest, creating a bit more space and width there, see if you can allow that movement to slow down, making sure that it starts to feel comfortable. Really softening into the hands and the fingers, warming up into the shoulders and the arms, preparing us for what is coming in a little while. And the next time your head and your knees are over to the right side, allow yourself to stay in that position for a little longer. You're just going to rest there, you're going to ease into it, you're going to soften. If you've got any knee problems, adjust the position of your top knee so that the leg feels comfortable. So that you can soften into your jaw. Relaxing into the abdomen, down the side of your neck. Softening into the palms of the hands. The inhalations brings you back. The inhalation brings you back to the center. The exhalation swooshing to the other side. Gently softening into it. Letting your knees move over to the left, your head move over to the left there. The palm of your left hand should be turned up while the palm of your right hand turns under. Noticing the sensation in the shoulders here. Again, adjust the position of your right leg if that knee is giving you any twinges or pains or discomfort. And then when you're ready, bring your head and your knees back to the center. Realign by just drawing those knees into your chest. Maybe a few rounds of your Apanasana if you feel that that helps, or any version of your Apanasana. So if you prefer to circle your knees, Do the circling up Uttanasana or circling the knees in one direction then the other. That's also absolutely fine. When you're ready, you can hold onto the back of the leg and you can swing yourself all the way up. There we go. And from swinging up, if you need to sit on a hard block again, you can do so. Let's bring the legs a little together into Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet into Baddha Konasana. Those knees flap up and down. Softening into the hips. There we go. And then holding that posture for a moment. If you want to, you can hold on to your toes, you can hold on to your ankles, or you can place your hands lightly into your knees. Feel that you can lift and lengthen through your spine. Stabilize nicely through those sitting bones in the pelvis. So feel that there's a lovely sense of weight drawing you down. Gently press the soles of the feet a little further towards each other. So feel that there's an activation through the joint of your big toe. Kind of the pads of the foot, pads of the big toe. Feel that they're working towards each other. So there's an activation in the legs, noticing how that engages your inner thighs as you do that. And then with an active lower body, we're going to inhale, sweeping the arms up, bringing the palms of the hands together overhead so that you can soften into your shoulders. If you want to, you can close your eyes here for a moment and feel that you can lengthen evenly through the right and the left side of your waist. You're lengthening through the sides of your body. You're reaching and extending through the elbows into your fingers. And then you're softening into the top of your shoulders. So there's a beautiful two-way pull. The fingers reaching up to the sky. And it's as if someone's gently placing their hands onto your shoulders and just reminding you to relax your shoulders down. And take 3 more slow, smooth breaths here. Each exhalation, feel as if someone's just gently massaging those shoulders a little for you, easing out the tension and the tightness. Inhaling, the chest opens, expands. The air filling the lungs, exhaling, there's that beautiful softening, that release, and that massaging feeling from the top of the shoulder. And after your 3rd round, on an exhalation, allow the arms to float down. You can stretch your legs out in front of you. You're welcome to keep your legs out in front of you here, or if you prefer, you can sit cross-legged. Just sit cross-legged the different way from when we started. Grab hold of your sock or your yoga strap or anything you have nearby. And we're going to take it into the arm. So we can take the right arm up. You can grab hold of that, bend the elbow, and then sweep your left arm behind you. And we're just doing this so that it's comfortable. So I know a lot of us are able to clasp quite easily, but we're going to make this just a very comfortable sensation in the shoulders and the arms. So there's not going to be any forcing or gripping towards the fingers, making sure that the shoulders and the arms are completely comfortable here. Watch that you're not popping your lower ribs forward, so feel that you can gently draw those ones back. And then as you hold Gomukhasana, the cow face arms, you are going to just gently twist a little to the right, twisting the chest a little to the right, back to the center, and a little to the left. So you're actually going to start playing here. And noticing how it feels as you breathe, let the breath just flow comfortably. So there doesn't need to be a specific way of breathing as you move. Do it as your body feels like it wants this evening. So notice what happens when there's a little rotation. And then start to play a little by maybe pressing your head against the back of your hand or turning your head to look towards that arm. Turning the head maybe the other way a little. So as you turn your head a little, does it change anything? Do you release any tension or tightness in the neck. If you start just rotating a little in the torso, what happens there? And then slowly release. So you're going to stretch those arms up, out to the sides, and then give them a little bit of a shake or a wobble. And then we do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to take that left arm up, step the right arm behind, find a comfortable clasp of something that you're holding onto. Feel that you can lift that left elbow up. Watch that you don't poke those ribs forwards. Gently ease them back, nice and stable on your base. And then again, if you want to kind of rotate your chest a little from side to side, noticing how that feels in your chest as you do that. When you come to the center, you might just want to press your head back into that hand a little, as if you're opening up into your throat. If your throat's been tight, how does that feel? Or if you turn your head, as if you want to press your head against your upper arm. Or maybe you can even get it pressing against your upper arm, if that arm can come close in there. So that's a bit of an isometric kind of stretch or push against that arm. Maybe just up. So if your neck's been tight, this might be a lovely release for you. If you feel that your chest has been a little tight, maybe this rotation is more what you prefer in this evening. So you're just playing with what is working for you. And then when you're ready again, inhale, reaching the arms up, stretch them out, and release, shaking. If you need to, change the cross of your legs. If you've been kneeling or sitting with your legs straight out, you can keep them there. And then we're going to do it one more time. So we go back to the right side. The first was kind of like a little bit of a warm-up, preparing the body, grabbing hold of your strap. You might find that this arm can come a little closer to the head now. And again, once you've settled into it, maybe just rotating a little from side to side. For me today, it feels really nice to be moving my head from side to side. It really feels great for kind of my shoulder and my neck to be pushing my head against my upper arm, and even to just be pressing it back a little. So see where you're getting the release. Feel that you can play with it a little. Again, maybe for you it's that lovely rotation in the chest that just gets something moving and opening. And we all hold our tension a little differently, so play with it. And then when you're ready to release, inhale, stretch those arms up, extend out of the elbows, release them out to the sides and the back. And then we can do the same thing on the other side. Grabbing hold of your strap or whatever it is that you're needing. Feel that you can lift that elbow. Once you've settled into it, seeing if the movement is something new and fun or comfortable for you. If you find that you've had a lot of movement today and you just need to be still, then you can just hold the posture. You don't have to move your head or your torso. Again, you're making the asana yours. You're making it comfortable for your needs. Sometimes a little combination of all the movements is quite fun, putting them into a bit of a sequence. Moving the head back, and into the side, into the center, and doing a rotation from side to side. And then when you're ready, release, stretching those arms up again and out. And then take it into a couple of big circles. Seeing if there's maybe a little bit more freedom and space in those shoulders now. Moving them the other way. And you might find that by just having worked a little into the neck with those movements, or working into the arms and the shoulders that way, has created a sense of space and and a sense of space where you're able to lengthen your inhalations and your exhalations now as well. And we can release those arms. And from here, we're going to move onto all fours in a moment. So we're going to start off by rotating the wrists, rotating them the other way, flicking the fingers a little, flick them up, out to the sides, down, front, up. I feel like this would be kids yoga again. Out to the sides, down, and front, and shake. Right. So onto all fours. I'll keep facing, or I'll come actually to the side as well. And we are going to warm up the hands and the wrists just a little bit more. So from all fours, we are going to spread the fingers wide. Make sure that your middle fingers are pointing straight forwards. And what we're going to be doing is pressing down through the shins and the top of the feet. And we're just going to start taking the weight forwards a little. Just as far as your wrists feel that they can hold your body weight. And then we're going to be coming back. And if you feel you need a bit of a stretch through your spine, then you come back into a child's pose. And if you feel that your wrists need a little bit of work, you can just kind of rock forwards and back. But you've got a nice stable lower body, so you keep pushing down through the shins and the top of your feet. You can do a combination of going forwards and back. You're noticing how much space you have in the wrists. Does the right wrist feel the same as the left, or is there a little difference? And then tuck under your toes for a moment, release the hands. Maybe rotating them out or shaking or flicking, whatever you feel you need. And then we're going to move and work with one wrist at a time. So you can start with your right wrist and you're going to just turn your hand under. You need to turn your hand under and you're going to try and allow the back of your hand to rest on the mat. And allow as much weight to go down as that wrist allows. Without putting strain on it, just getting a lovely stretch through the forearm. And as you hold this posture, notice what's happened to your breath. If you're starting to make kind of shorter breaths, then maybe it is too much strain on the wrist, and maybe you need to take the weight off it, or maybe you need to lift your hand a little. But be able to keep your breath long, smooth, and steady. Don't allow the posture to kind of impact your breathing. So you can release that right hand now, and then do the same with your left hand. Allow it to come down into a position that works for it. And then hold it there and breathe. And you might find that this side is easier or a little more challenging. Again, noticing what's happening with the breath and if you're able to still breathe easily and deeply. And then when you're ready, releasing that hand, shaking both of them out, maybe rotating for a moment. So we'll give the wrists and the hands a little bit of a rest. We're going to tuck under those toes a little bit more if they're not tucked under. Make sure you take those little toes out to the side so that you're sitting on your heels. My favorite posture, I had to throw that in tonight for all of you, just so that you do remember me. Breathing in, sweep your arms up, reach into your fingers. Feel that you can settle the weight back and down. Just if you can't take your buttocks down to your heels, feel that you can stay up. It really doesn't matter. You start taking your weight further back and down when your body is ready. Interlock the palms of the hands, turn the palms of the hands up. Gently gaze up towards the ceiling. And with an exhalation, release the arms. And from here, if you can, you're going to rock back onto your feet. You're going to draw your chin in, and you're going to hang into a nice, soft, floppy forward bend. Hanging down. And then very, very slowly start to uncurl, bringing your neck and head up last. Coming all the way up, standing, shaking out your legs. There we go, everyone's looking good. And from here, we are going to take it into combination of a bit of a squatting sequence with the breath, which means we'll now take the feet a little wider than hip width apart. Don't feel that you need to go into a deeper squat just yet. So once you're steady with your feet, feel that you can spread through your toes, feel that you can ground through those 3 points in each toe, the joint of your big toe, little toe, and the center of your heel. Feel that this pelvis is stable and just sinking down. You can bend your knees. And feel that you can rest comfortably here. So adjust if and where you need to. Interlock your fingers when you're ready. Inhale as you bring your hands to your heart center. As you exhale, it's as if you're just gently going to ease and push all the stress away. Feel that you can draw the sternum back towards you and your chin into your chest. Inhale as you lift and open your heart center, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, you're going to release the arms. And if you can, you're going to sink a little bit deeper into your squat. As you inhale, you're bringing your hands to your heart center. As you exhale, you're rounding. You can make it a forceful exhalation. Inhale as you open your chest, breathing in all that goodness. Exhale, releasing the arms out to the side and possibly sinking slightly deeper into the squat if your knees allow. Inhale as you breathe in. Exhale, release. Inhale as you open. Exhale, soften. Last round. Inhale as you bring your hands up to your heart center, drawing the energy up. Exhale. Inhale, lifting the arms. Exhale, releasing and straightening the legs. Good job. Stretch, shaking out those legs. Good. Giving them a little movement from side to side. Take it into maybe a few figure of eights. So going into a couple of hip circles here. And then from here, we're going to do that sequence once more. Take your figure of eights the other way for a moment, as if you're unwinding the hips. Super. Right. We're back to the legs a little wider apart. Toes nice and widely spread. Your body knows what's happening. You've got the movement. We're now going to take it into a bit more of a visualization. So you're going to really feel that you're drawing the energy up. You might want to visualize breathing in the lovely blue light. As you exhale, you're forcing everything that you no longer need out of you, breathing in up to the heavens, and then releasing again on the exhalations. So we'll do 4 more of those rounds. Interlocking the fingers. You can always do it with your eyes closed if you feel stable enough and happy to go inwards. Inhaling, breathing the hands up to your heart center, lovely blue light. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, opening up to the heavens, taking a nice deep breath in, lungs filling. Exhale, releasing and sinking a little deeper into your squat. Inhale. Opening up. Exhale, release and settle a little deeper into the squat. Lovely blue light filling the lungs. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, filling the lungs, opening up. Exhale, release. Inhale as if you're drawing the air and the energy up through the center. Exhale, expelling the air. Inhale, feel that you're able to open up through the sides of the body as the arms lengthen. Exhale, releasing. One last round, breathing in. Exhale, release. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, empty. Lovely. Inhale, straightening up those legs, giving them a lovely shake. Right. If you do have a wall space nearby or a chair or anything like that, then you're welcome to take yourself into a nice tabletop, a half a forward bend. If you don't have anything like that nearby, don't stress. Just bring your hands onto your shins, bring your elbows out to the sides, and do the same thing on your mat. So if you're close to a wall and you just want to feel that you're able to open up a little bit into your armpits and lengthen through your shoulders, and take yourself to a wall. Again, see what you need. If you feel that your hamstrings are really tight, especially if you've been walking around a farm and up mountains and hills, keep your knees slightly bent so that you can keep the length to the spine. If you find that your hamstrings are nice and open, you're welcome to keep your legs straight. Right, so if you're doing a half a forward bend from your mat without your wall, just keep your hands into your thighs. There we go. 3 more slow breaths here. If you are at a wall after your 3 breaths, you are going to be coming out of it by walking your feet towards the wall and coming up slowly. If you're on your mat, you can actually stay where you are and hold it for a few more breaths. For those who had gone to the wall, you're now going to come back onto your mat, back into a position where everyone else is. And then from here, very, very slowly, you're going to start bending your knees a little bit more and taking your buttocks back, if your knees allow. And then from there, allowing yourself to come all the way down onto the mat. If that's not for you this evening, any cheat version will do. Stretching those legs out, giving them a good shake. Excellent. If you need to slip back onto your hard block or your folded up towels, do that. With the legs out in front, we're going to be taking ourselves into a twist. It's a bit more of a twist preparation, just to open up into the chest a little, not a full twist. What we'll start off by doing is bending the left leg. And bring that left leg in as close towards you as your knee and your leg feels comfortable with. And you're going to bring that left elbow onto the inside of your left leg. And you can place your right hand behind you. Now the tendency with this posture is to push the elbow into the knee. What we're going to do is we're going to keep the arm fairly relaxed. And we're actually going to push the left knee towards the elbow so that there's an activation in the leg. So we're going to be pushing the left knee towards the left elbow, and you're going to be extending and lengthening out and through your right leg. Right, so there's a lovely, on your inhalation, you're doing a lovely length through the spine. On your exhalation, gently rotate open to the right and keep pressing your left leg against your left arm at the end of your exhalation. So you need to breathe in smoothly, feel that you're lengthening. Exhalation, you can allow yourself to go a little deeper into your twist. And at the end of your exhalation, just gently press the knee towards your elbow. So the inhalation, you lengthen. The exhalation, you invite your body to maybe twist a little bit further. And you gently press your left knee into that elbow. If you want, you can always look over your right shoulder if the neck allows. And you really inhale, bring your head and your torso back to the center. Release your arm, release your leg, and give them a little bit of a shake. You need to circle the arms to the shoulders, go ahead. And then we do the same thing, other side. I'll just turn around so that you can see me. So you're going to be bending your right knee up as close towards you as you feel comfortable with. Bring that right elbow on the inside of your right leg. Activate through your left leg. Inhale as you lift and you lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist into it and gently push your right knee into your right elbow. Your inhalation, you're lengthening, and your exhalation, you can turn to look over your left shoulder if your neck is happy with that. Reach and lengthen into your left foot. Notice the space you have in the width of your chest to breathe into. Notice if your right knee is becoming a little lazy, just gently press against that elbow again. Feeling a sense of lightness and space in the chest. And then when you're ready on an inhalation, release out of the posture, back to the center. If you need to do a little bit of a counter twist, always remembering that that is available to you. Stretching out the legs, shaking them. And then we will be coming into a variation of Paschimottanasana. So we will keep the knees bent. We're going to just slip the hands alongside the legs of the feet and release the head down for a moment. We're starting off by bringing ourselves into more of a neutral posture for now. The feeling there's a softness through the spine and the back. It was a nice gentle twist. It wasn't too strong. We're using this form of Paschimottanasana to bring ourselves into neutral alignment. And then from here we'll take it into a fun little sequence. And when you're ready, on your inhalation, you're going to lift yourself up, bringing the arms up alongside your ears. As you exhale, you're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to be pressing down into your shoulders. We're doing a variation of Prabhupada. So as you inhale, you're going to be lifting the hips and the pelvis up, just looking towards your knees for now, opening the chest, pressing down through your hands. And as you exhale, bring your hips back down towards the inhale as you lift the arms. Exhale, going into that variation of Paschimottanasana where you're reaching the arms forward and bringing the hands down. Inhaling, the arms lift. Exhale, float them down alongside your body. Inhaling as you send your knees forwards and up, lifting the hips and pelvis, pressing down through the hands. Exhaling as you bring the hips back and down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, you may want to widen your knees a little so you can reach the arms forwards, allowing the torso to come forwards and maybe going a little bit further than before. Inhaling as you come back, bring the knees back into alignment. Exhale, release. You should now know where the position for your hands should be so that as you inhale and you come up, your knees can be over your ankles and your hands can be under your shoulders. Exhale, make sure you pull your hips back and down. Inhale as you reach the arms up. Exhale, let those knees widen a little. Allow the torso to go through. You might find that you can go a little bit further. Inhale, bring those knees back into alignment. Exhale as you release. Inhale as you press down into your hands. Open up. Exhaling, releasing. Last one. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you fold forward. Stay here for a moment. Feel that you can continue reaching into your fingers so that you can draw your chin into your throat, lengthening out from the base of your spine. Another breath or two here. And then as you inhale, reaching back up again, and exhale, releasing. Now, depending on how you feel this evening, you can either do that sequence again, or if you feel a little braver, you can stretch your legs out straight, and you can do the same thing with your legs straight. And we'll keep the toes pointing up towards the ceiling. So as we inhale, we'll reach the arms up together. As you exhale, you're going to reach or release the arms down alongside your body. You should know where your hand position should be. Press down through your hands. Inhale as you lift your hips and your pelvis. You should be able to look at your toes still. Exhale, releasing the buttocks back down. Inhale as you draw the arms up. Exhale into Paschimottanasana. So if you've got tight hamstrings, you're welcome to bend your knees as you move into your Paschimottanasana. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you release. Press down into your hands, press down into your ankles. Inhale as you float the hips and the pelvis up. Exhale, releasing. Remember, if it gets too much doing this version with your legs straight, you can always go back to the one with your bent knees. You're continuing with the sequence in your own time to the rhythm of your breath. If you feel that you need a break at any time, if it gets too much for your wrists or your hands, then please take a break. You can always just hold your Paschimottanasana if you would like. Inhaling as you lift. Exhale as you release. Feeling that you're able to move easily and freely with your breath. Allow it to be a comfortable vinyasa. Adjusting where and if you need to. If you know that your wrists take too much strain with placing the weight down, maybe go back to bent knee. Or what you could possibly do is you can make fists with your hands if that is more comfortable and more stable for you. By now you should be feeling that you're able to get a lovely sense of lightness and lift through the hips. And if that is happening on your next Purvottanasana, you can stay in that position and you can possibly even point your toes down towards the mat. So if you feel that you're able to get your hips high enough, you can point your toes down towards them. You can keep the chest open and you can gaze up towards the ceiling. We need to see if we can hold it here for 3 or 4 rounds of breathing. If it gets too much, you can always take the version where your knees are bent and you're pressing down into the soles of the feet. You're still lifting the hips and the pelvis. You can keep looking at your knees. If you find that with your bent knee variation that you have the lift of the hips, you can release the head back a little. But if that's uncomfortable for the neck, please keep the chin drawn in. So after about your 25th round of breathing here, I'm sure we were there quite long, you can release the hips down. Inhale as you reach the arms up, really feel that you've got the lovely length, and then take any version of your Paschimottanasana as a counter pose. So if you want to have the knees bent and just rest over them, you can do that. If you want to go into your classic version with your legs straight out in front of you, go ahead and do that. So any option that you feel most comfortable with, stay in bed and allowing that heart rate and your breathing to return to a very comfortable, natural rhythm again. So often when we move dynamically, we find that our heart rate rises, kind of start to breathe a little more haphazardly. Always taking a moment to do a counter pose for as long as we need to regulate the breath again. Feeling the lightness or the space in the back of your ribcage. Feel that you can create a little bit more space there. As you breathe, you're opening. Feeling shoulder blades spread. Even though you're folded forwards in your Paschimottanasana and there's a compression or a squeezing through the front of the body, there's beautiful space through the whole back of your ribs and your lungs. There's so much space there that you're able to breathe into. So really feel that you can access that while you're in the soft, relaxed posture. from here you slowly, slowly uncurl. If you do need to lean back for a moment, please go ahead and do so. And then before we come and lie down, we'll do a little bit of pranayama sitting. So finding a comfortable seated position. And if you feel you need to do any movement to just release and loosen before you sit for a moment, for a little while, go ahead and do that. And then place your hands onto your heart center. Just let them settle there. And before we go into any breathing practice, see if you can pick up the beating of your heart. We're taking our awareness inwards. Pick up the rhythm of your inhalations and your exhalations. And notice what is easier for you to connect with. Is it the rise and the fall of the chest as you inhale and you exhale? Or is it the beating of your heart? Taking the attention to the nostrils now and feel the cool air entering the nostrils. Slightly warmer air leaving. And when you feel comfortable, move into your Ujjayi breath again. And we try and make that Ujjayi breath slow and long. So as you inhale, you're going to start extending the arms forwards and out to the side. And as you exhale, you're going to scoop the energy and the love back into your heart. As you inhale, you're opening up. As you exhale, and you're making this movement and this breath as slow as you comfortably can, moving to the rhythm of your breath. You need to change the cross of your hands each time you bring your hands back to your heart center. So one time it will be the right hand in front of the left, and then the next time you do it, it will be the left hand in front of the right. And you get to see now if you can create a little pause at the end of the inhalation where your arms stay open. And then releasing as you exhale and noticing if you can again wait, pause a little with the hands to your chest before you're ready to inhale again. Don't feel like you need to strain with the pause or make it as long as an inhalation or an exhalation, just as comfortable as you would like. Doing just a few more rounds. Last one. And once you have completed with a pause after your exhalation, you can then allow a natural breath to return. You can release your hands down to your lap for a moment. Noticing any feelings or sensations in your chest. Noticing if it is a little different from when we started the class to when we ended. And then when you're ready, you can come and make yourself comfortable lying on your mat for our yoga nidra. So if you need to put on a jersey or socks or anything like that, please go ahead and do so. I'm just making sure everyone's still muted. Yeah, lovely. And then from here, I know it is, 7 o'clock already. We'll do just a short one. If you do need to dash off, that's absolutely fine. But we'll do about a 6-7 minute relaxation. So you need to come and lie on your backs in any comfortable position that works for you. If you need to place a pillow underneath your knees for a little bit of support, go ahead and do so. And then as you lie there, just allow your head to lull a little from side to side, releasing any tension from the back of the neck. And then bring your head back to the center. And make tight fists of your hands, reach your hands down towards your feet, take a smooth breath in. And slowly out. Flex the feet, tighten the thighs, tighten the buttocks, squeeze as much as you feel necessary. And then as you exhale, relax and release. Inhaling deeply, allow your belly to rise. And sigh the air out. Again, a nice smooth deep breath in. And out. Last time, breathing in deeply, breathing in fully. And allowing the breath to flow out smoothly. Now, as you lie there in that lovely state of relaxation, allow your awareness to travel from the crown of your head right down to the soles of your feet. As you draw your awareness from the top down, feel that you're able to relax your face and your head. Relaxing your throat, your neck. Okay, softening into your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your hands, and each of your fingers. As you exhale, feel that you're able to release down to the center of your spine. Relaxing your shoulders, your upper back, your mid back, lower back, buttocks. Relaxing your chest, rib cage, abdomen. Relaxing the pelvis and your hips. Each exhalation, relaxing a little further, a little more. Noticing the upper leg softening. The knees, the lower leg, ankles, feet, and each of your toes. Inhaling, you feel your whole body gently expand. Exhaling, contracting, releasing, returning back to that midline. Inhaling, you're expanding. Exhaling, returning to your center point. As you breathe, and you you experience that sensation of expansion and gentle contraction. See if you can allow your attention to settle in your heart center, the center of the chest, and see if you can experience that area expanding just a little more. Filling with air. And as you exhale, returning to the safe haven of the heart, deep within you. Center of deep unconditional love. Inhaling, expanding, growing, moving into the realm of possibility and opportunity. As you're exhaling, moving back to the safe haven of your heart, of unconditional love. Playing with those two beautiful forces, neither one more important than the other. Both allowing us to grow, to live, and to experience. Enjoying that space, that play between the two. Realizing that you can return to your heart center at any point in time. But for now, with the attention still there, you're going to start breathing a little more deeply, noticing the rise and the fall of your chest. Continue to breathe a little more deeply. And then start to allow your thumbs to move along your fingertips, waking up your hands, wiggle your toes, waking up your feet. When you're ready, you can stretch your arms out behind you, yawning if you want to, stretching diagonally through the body, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg. Arms one way, legs the other. Take a nice deep breath in, and then let it go. And when you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest, give them a good squeeze. If you need to rock a little from side to side, please go ahead and do so. Eventually, you just roll all the way onto your right side. Give your body a chance to readjust, blocking in the energy. Taking yourself into a transition phase from where you were relaxing in your Shavasana to the wakeful state that we're going to be moving into. When you are ready, when you've spent enough time in that transition phase, place your left hand onto the mat in front of your chest. Push yourself all the way up into a seated position so that we can end the same way we started with our three arms. So as you come into a comfortable seated position, you can again bring your hands into any mudra of your choice. Any position that you now feel your hands would like to be in. And it can be the same as when you started, or it could be a different mudra, whatever works for you. We take a smooth deep breath in together. Om Shanti. May you go in peace. Namaste. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. I'm going to come and unmute you.